Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm reading Midoriya's Weird Parentage by sleepyoongs. I think that's how you say it. This is 5,917 words and it is part of a series called Deku's Weird Parentage, Deku Dad Mom Zin. It does have 9 parts, so yeah. Here's the summary. Midoriya always thought he was clear who his father was. After all, he never hid it, not intentionally at least. Well, apparently, he was wrong. His class is just as clueless and oblivious as ever. Or, I just really wanted to a 5+1 biological dad Sawa. 1. Are you All Might's secret love child? Midoriya, despite what others thought, looked like his father. In fact, he was a mini version of his dad, with the only physical and biological attributes taken from his mom was his green eyes and freckles. Though, even then, it could be debated that he got his freckles from his father, seeing as the man had a litter of light tan freckles that kissed his shoulders and went down his arms. Midoriya took up his dad's long, unruly hair that was always seen tied back into a low ponytail or a messy bun. His hair was a very dark green, nearly black. He took his father's pale, pasty skin, and he also took his father's deep purple bags that rested under his eyes from both of their horrible sleeping patterns. He had dark eyes that always seemed tired and stressed. That wasn't as warm and nice as his mother's. It seemed already done and exasperated. Midoriya even had migraines that never seemed to be soothed by medication thanks to his father's fucked up genes. In all honesty, Midoriya looks and acts like his father, which is why he is more than confused when no one figured out his father is their homeroom teacher. And which is why, when Todoroki asked him if he's All Might's secret love child, of all people, Midoriya couldn't help but to laugh. All Might? My dad? Oh my god, are you serious? Midoriya could feel how his stomach muscles tightened, forcing him to bend over in the midst of laughter, with his arms wrapped securely around his waist. Midoriya, I am being serious right now, and I would appreciate... Midoriya cried out louder in laughter to this. Oh, he hit the ground laughing. He had tears falling, and his poor eyes that had felt dry, itchy, and stung. His head was pounding, sending an ache down his neck, and a horrible migraine that was starting to blossom. But at that moment, Midoriya didn't care. This moment was too funny not to laugh. A simple no would have been fine. Todoroki turned his heel and left. After those few bitter words, Midoriya was left in a suffering puddle of his tears and a throbbing migraine. 2. Our dads are brothers, maybe. It was study hour for Class 1A, and most took the opportunity to socialize rather than study. Most had their desks pushed together within their own respected friend groups. Either was disappointed in the class actions, but soon partook in joining Inuraga, Asui, Todoroki, and Shinzo. Hey Deku-kun, Shin, you two look a lot alike. Are you brothers? Midoriya innocently asked. With Midoriya, he nearly choked on the air as he whipped his head around to turn to the lavender-haired teen. They shared a lot of freaky similarities now that Midoriya was truly looking at him. Same curly, unruly hair, same pale and pasty skin tone that was practically glowing in whiteness, same dark eyes, though Shinzo's being a dark purple that neared black, while his was a dark green that neared black. They shared the same horrendous deep sleep bags and never-ending deadpan afloat stare. And oh god, it didn't end there. They shared neat twin-like personalities because of course they do. They shared the same dry humor, the same sarcastic, witty remarks, the same low tolerance to bullshit. Or really, or tolerance to people at all. If it to be completely honest, on all my sweet Nezu. Midoriya gave a horrified expression, as did Shinzo, who seemed to draw the same conclusion as him. Are we related? Shinzo spoke at the same time as him, with his eyes widened and his face trailing with clear sheens of sweat. We are childhood friends from babies, Midoriya listed off with a whisper, an intrigued and horrified whisper. Your dad and my dad are close, like brotherly close. Shinzo also listened and Midoriya needed answers now. He was quick to shoot up from his chair, startling those around him. But before he could even attempt to storm over to his sleeping father, who was in the ugly yellow sleeping bag of his, Shinzo took his arm and yanked him back down. We'll ask him after school, Zuku. And Uraka, for your question, we're more like cousins, probably, Shinzo said as Midoriya flopped down in his chair with a huff and an arm cross. Yeah, and Dad nor Uncle Hajime didn't have the nerve to tell us, Midoriya said in a childish puff, while Shinzo shrugged off what he said non-communicably. Probably forgot. Midoriya then panned as he pointedly stared at Shinzo. Forgot to tell us that we're possibly, maybe, definitely most likely related for 15 years. Shinzo only shrugged once again. Midoriya could only sigh. 3. The Hero Gala. Midoriya Kiro, will you be joining us later this weekend? Asui asked as she approached him, along with Ida and Uraka, who didn't stray too far behind. Midoriya gave a small frown. He forgot that the Deku squad was supposed to even hang out throughout the weekend. He would go, but he had a gala to go to with his father. Usually his dad avoids them like the plague, and rather hear the underground hero's statement later on. But with how things were going as of late, his father had no choice but to begrudgingly go. His mother, at least, was going this time, wanting to give the man some sort of peace of mind, some sort of comfort as the thing went on, and that also meant Midoriya was going. It wasn't like it was Midoriya's first gala. His first one was when he was 6, when his father had to go be there in person to accept an award. And the next one was when he was 11, when his dad also got another reward, and also small recognition, at least he did within the underground community. His father made sure to stay out of the spotlight. Sorry guys, I can't go this weekend, I have plans. Midoriya apologized, and Uraka found her face falling. "Oh, not Deku?" she asked in a subdued tone, as if she was near tears. Midoriya cringed. Midoriya, he hated to deal with other people's emotions. He hardly knew what to do with his own weird, strained emotions, let alone others. He supposed he got that from his father too, since his mother is sensitive, will cry easily, and open with her emotions. I have to go with my father to a hero gala? Uraka seemed more upset with his reason than Midoriya would have expected. Midoriya frowned his brows to this. He was telling the truth. He had no reason to hide what he was doing over the weekend. I get you don't want to hang out with us, but, Uraka-san, we should believe what Midoriya Green says. If his father is going to the gala, his father is going to the gala. Ida lightly scolded the girl, whose face flushed in embarrassment. You're right, I'm sorry. We'll see you when we see you, Deku. Uraka was quick to speed off after that. Asui was right behind her, perhaps to comfort the girl. Ida had tongue behind, with a smile playing on his face, as Midoriya sighed in gratefulness. Thank you, Tanya. I'll see you there, and hopefully with Uncle and Auntie, or maybe even Tensei. Midoriya waved goodbye after that, running off from the injured clerk team, who went in the other direction of his friends. 4. Childhood embarrassments. Childhood story time. Asujo cheered as the common room went silent for a moment, staring incredulously at the pink-skinned teen. You just fucking want embarrassing stories, Bakugo grumbled under his breath. Midoriya agreed with his other best friend, who he also happened to grow up with. Though Bakugo wasn't a family from a hero family, his family was fashion designers, an average working family, and Midoriya knew Bakugo since birth, just like Shinzo and Ida. His mother introduced him to Bakugo, and ever since then, the two of them were basically brothers. Growing up together, Midoriya has a lot of stories on Bakugo. Heck, he has a lot on Shinzo and even Tenya. Though he also knew that they had a lot of secrets on him too. Oh yeah? Well, Mr. Explodey, what childhood embarrassment do you have? Bakugo scoffed as he glared towards Ashito. Nothing, raccoon eyes. Midoriya snickered as he threw his smirk towards Bakugo. Oh, he was going to enjoy this, even if Bakugo was going to kick his ass into oblivion later. Each four, you used your quirk on the slide trying to fly like Ame. Instead, though, you busted your lip and nearly broke your nose. You also cried like a baby. Midoriya popped his lips as his eyes lit up with nothing but pure joy and mischief, and it was so worth it seeing Bakugo's face turn redder than Kirashima's hair. Shinzo soon fell into loud laughter as hiccuping snorts passed his lips. Oh my god, I remember that. We were at school and cute purple-haired teen falling off the couch and rolling on the floor, dying in his own painful laughter. I fucking hate you both. Bakugo didn't even speak loudly. He could only steal in his embarrassment, as the class soon had broke out in laughter at him. Ah, Toshi, didn't you use your quirk in the mirror once when you were 5 to see if you could brainwash yourself? Ida cut in to the joyous laughter with a playful and teasing smile. Midoriya had never seen Shinzo shut up so fast, not even when Shinzo's father threatened to not get him a cat for being a bit too much of a little shit. Poof. Oh yeah, you dumbass actually brainwashed yourself too. Uncle Shota and Uncle Hachima had to save you. Shut up, Katsuki. No one asked you. But you, Tenya, you at the age of 10 thought you could climb a tree with the help of your engines. You took a running head start, and instead of climbing up, you knocked yourself out. Shinzo smugly said as Tenya went silent as fast as he took to glaring at both Bakugo and Shinzo. Okay, Hito, for 3 years of your life you had a black cat onesie that you had refused to take off because you had to. And I fucking quote, to be one with your inner catness. Midoriya defended Ida as Shinzo bristled and glared at him. In middle school, you came to school with literally a can of nothing but pure espresso, and when the teacher tried to take it, you took a sip of it and said, "Try me, bitch, or have Satan as your daddy tonight." Wait, didn't you get suspended for that? Ida, in a highly amused tone, asked. Midoriya couldn't help but to give a betrayed expression to his best friend, who was quick to trade sides on him. The class was absolutely terrified as much as they were mildly intrigued at the suddenly revealed group of friends. They didn't know that Midoriya, Bakugo, Shinzo, and Ida were childhood best friends. But apparently you do learn something new every day. Well then, I didn't know I would be blessed by the gossip god tonight, but thank Jesus. Ashito whispered in nothing but wonder and awe as the group of 4 carried on to spill every last secret they knew about each other. 5. Chaos in the home. Midoriya didn't have friends over often, at least friends that wasn't his normal childhood friends, Bakugo, Shinzo, or Ida. People from school hardly came over to his home, and it wasn't as if they were not allowed to. It's just Midoriya didn't want to deal with anyone besides his usual trio of people. But apparently Yuya didn't get that message. Currently, he's inside of his living room with more than 10 people inside, and Midoriya was already done. He wanted to go upstairs to his room and sleep. He hated socializing, yet both the squads of Baku and Deku decided it would be a wonderful idea to go and invite themselves over to his house. How fantastic. You know, Deku, I always thought your house would be smaller. Thanks, I think. Midoriya lazily said as he leaned against the couch, seeing as all of the space was gone, though she could easily sit on the ottoman or even the free spot on the love seat, but floors were more comfortable. Hey Midori, where's that mom or dad? Ashidel asked, with a bright grin as she took in the surroundings of the house. Really, it was like she was a puppy in a new place. Mom is still at work and dad is on his way. I usually come home with my dad from work, so yeah, Midoriya muttered, where the others nodded their heads. So how are you four childhood friends? Like, dude, that's kind of wild. Kaminari asked excitedly, as if he was waiting for some sort of big dramatic story, when really there wasn't one to tell. Midoriya hesitated, feeling more than awkward at the moment. My dad and mom introduced all of us as babies. I mean, mom knows the Bakugos and dad knows the Tenyas and the Shinzos. Well, we recently found out that dad is related to Uncle Hirashima, so really, he's my uncle, which wow. Are you still salty he didn't tell you? Shinzo asked in a snort as Midoriya rolled his eyes. He literally said, alright, Hirashima is my biological brother. You and Hotoshi are first cousins or whatever. Then he proceeded to take a long drink of his coffee. Bakugo chuckled fondly to this as he grimmed with full teeth on display. Gotta love Uncle Shota. Bakugo had the nerve to sound proud as her smile turned soft. Each squad didn't know what to do with this Bakugo and had each collectively freaked out. Oh my god, I need a picture of Bakugo babe smiling. Quick, someone get your phone out. Ashida ordered, her jaw low, as her eyes shedding with tears. Bro, you can do feelings? Kirishima nearly sounded offended that he never seen Bakugo's true smile. Kirishima also sounded damn near panicked from being alive to witness the smile. What do we do with this? Like, I guess I'll just die, Kaminari said, laying flat on his back on the couch. Jill, with a sigh, concealed the electric click user, as if they were in some sort of weird therapy session. You assholes, I can smile if I want. Cue Bakugo, round of pops, an explosion, and feral growls that only sent others into more panic. Midoriya could only rapidly blink at this utter mess, as he saw the front door open within the massive chaos, though no one heard it throughout their own loud voices. His dad was home, and yet the only one to notice was him and Shinzo, since Ida was trying to get everyone calm again and Bakugo was trying to kill everyone. What in the absolute fuck happened here? Izuku, when you said you were having friends over, I didn't think you meant this. Heavy silence took over the room, as heads soon snapped over to the intruding voice with a gasp and wide eyes. Me and you both, Dad. Me and you both. Midoriya said in a deep sigh, where he watched the older man who shuffled past show-shocked and highly amused teenagers. Just don't break anything. With that, his dad left upstairs, and a beat of silence traveled throughout the air before Ashino yelled out, Aizawa-sensei is married and with a kid? More chaos included afterwards. +1. Reveal it all. Midoriya has an announcement to make. His dad spoke tiredly, as he hardly made any movement to get out of the yellow sleeping bag of his. Ah, right. Midoriya took a stand at the podium as he stared at the class who were watching him with curious eyes. Some knew what he was going to say, most of them didn't believe him, or they were still in heavy shock. He thinks it's the latter. Shota is my dad, or something like that. Todoroki, stop saying I'm All Might's child or whatever, since Dad is right here. He gave a kick to the old man, who grunted in displeasure, but didn't say anything or do anything else more besides roll further away like a roly-poly. So I'll go now. Izuku strode out of the classroom. Well, it was quiet, but as soon as he left the class, he could hear a roaring of, Sensei is your what now? Izuku cringed, and he ran as fast as he can to whatever his feet would allow him to go. He wanted wasn't going to deal with that. I hope this old man didn't have too many nagging questions. So that was the fan fiction. I've read this fan fiction like a year ago, and it's still one of my favorites. And yeah, that is basically it. As I'm editing this, I've realized there's a lot of, for some reason, like I'm running out of oxygen. I try to cut out as much of that as I can, because personally, when I'm listening to fan fiction and I'm hearing that, I am going mad in my head. So I hope I fixed at least some of it. But yeah, I know the beginning has a lot of them that I couldn't cut out. So sorry about that. Anyways, I'll do better for next video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.